Hello, good evening. I'm Mayan and I'll be the one to be graded on this role play. 3D, play scripts for second supervision meeting. So I'll be the Denistran and the case manager, and the one beside me is Glory, addiction prevention caseworker, and also at the same time she will be Juka Saib, the community support worker. So good evening, Glory and Juka. Thank you for joining me for this second supervision session regarding Katrina's case. It's been 2 months since we began working together on this, and I understand there have been some updates for her situation. So today we'll review those changes, assess our progress, and determine any adjustment needed to the case management plan to ensure that the best outcome for Catriona. Let's start by reviewing why this case is complex to both. Could you summarize Catriona's current situation, Lori?
Catriona's situation has shifted. She's expressed more willingness to engage with detox services, but remains apprehensive about inpatient programs. Additionally, she has missed several appointments, which concerns me.
Okay, that's a significant development. And did she share any specific reasons for missing appointment or hesitation about this inpatient case?
She mentioned feeling overwhelmed and fears losing control over her decisions.
It sounds like trust and empowerment are still key challenges here, Lori. I mean, we might consider increasing the use of motivational interviewing and exploring outpatient options. Let's revisit that shortly. So to Juka, how are things progressing on you and your end and with securing housing and cultural support?
Catriona has been staying at a temporary shelter, but it's not ideal for someone pregnant. We're facing challenges finding a stable long-term solution.
Yeah.
She also hasn't engaged much with cultural support services, citing time constraints.
Oh, housing stability and cultural connections are crucial for her progress. I mean, let's strategize how can we prioritize these issues. Monitoring the progress and best practices adjustment. Based on these updates, I see a few areas where we can focus to improve, like the trust and empowerment. So Lori, it might help to shift from inpatient detox to outpatient program, at least initially, to address Catriona's concerns. I suggest exploring Bright Star outpatient services, as they specialize in flexible addiction and treatment to pregnant women. Also for housing stability, Juka, let's revisit housing options. Like, have you contacted Safe Start Housing Network as we discussed the previous meeting?
Yes, but availability is limited. I can follow up to check for any recent openings.
Oh, good. Let's also look into Families First Housing Services, which might have additional resources for pregnant women. So another one is the cultural engagement. Chuka, we may need to adjust how we're introducing cultural support services. Consider a direct referral to Mosaic Cultural Advocates with a clear plan that integrates this into her weekly schedule. So another one is the individual reflection and ethical practices. So Lori, in managing addiction challenges, it's important to reflect on how our approach empowers clients. How do you feel your strategies have supported Catriona's autonomy so far?
I think I've made progress in building trust, but I need to do more to help her feel in control of her choices.
That's good observation, Lori. As you integrate outpatient options, emphasize that she is actively making decisions about her care. This aligns with our commitment with ethical practice and client-centered care. So Juka, from your perspective, how can we better support Catriona's cultural and housing needs while respecting her autonomy?
I think providing smaller actionable steps might help.
Mhm.
A list of specific housing options she can choose from would feel less overwhelming.
Excellent point. Let's incorporate that. So setting follow-up actions. Let's summarize our next step. So Lori researched outpatient detox programs and introduced these to Catrionas as viable options. Start with Brightstar outpatient services. So for you, Juka, follow up with Start Housing Network and contact Fundus First Housing Services for long-term options. Create a concise list of housing choices for Catriona to review. So I'll coordinate with, the Mosaic Cultural Advocate to streamline to referral process and provide any needed support to engagement. We will also reconvene it in 2 weeks to review progress and adjust the case management class as needed. So thank you both, Lori and Chuka, for your dedication to this case. It's clear that we made progress, but this is still work to be done. Remember, I'm here if you need guidance and support before our next meeting. Let's keep up the great work and ensure Catriona's gets the best possible care from us. So the key points addressed in the role play is first is to review Catriona's progress and identify the missed appointment, reluctant towards inpatient care and housing issues, and the second one is recommend best practice adjustment, like for example the outpatient program, refined housing, and cultural support strategies. And the third one is encourage reflective and ethical practice, that empowering the client, respecting autonomy. And the last